And welcome to another episode of the Tar Heels Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Grant Chachere. And before, I'm going to let you be for your game day. No college game days on and all these different things are on. You're just really paying attention to college football, right? You just want to go watch college football. So this is going to be a little bit of a short podcast. Um, Make sure to go follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can go follow North Carolina Tar Heels on Facebook and North Carolina Tar Heels on SI. You can also follow us on Twitter at Tar Heels on SI. And of course, I'm on Twitter as well. You can follow me at Chachere Grant, my last name and first name on Twitter for all your latest updates in regards to North Carolina athletics. And there's three things that I really want to hit on why these three things are really important for North Carolina. Number one, let it rip. This UCF defense is very good. I understand that. They have the third best passing defense in the country. I also understand that. But you're North Carolina. You've only run 157 offensive plays, which is the third fewest among FBS teams that have played 3 games. The Tar Heels are also 100th in rushing offense, averaging 130.3 yards per game, 117th in passing, 148.7 yards per game, 122nd in first downs, which is the lowest mark among Power 4 teams with 3 games, and 125th in total offense, averaging 279 yards per game, which is also the worst among Power 4 programs. While subpar quarterback play, with Gio Lopez, you have a so-so offensive line. Of course, Austin Blasky is out for an injury, so that also impacts the offensive line greatly. But then also, there's also could be a lack of skill talent, right? I mean, there really has, besides Jordan Shipp and Chris Gulliver, there really hasn't been anybody that separated themselves. And really, to be honest, Jordan Shipp would probably be a number 2 receiver on a lot of different college teams. So is there a lack of skill players? There could be, but you also can say that, Freddie Kitchens' offense hasn't been really working out that well. You can make a case. 57% of Lopez's passes have been 9 yards or less. That's play calling. So there's that. Number 2. Well, also, you want to let it rip too. And this, before we get to number 2, the reason why you need to let it rip is because you need to open up your run game. UCF's rushing defense is one of the worst in the country. They are 102nd in rushing yards allowed. They allow 162.5 rushing yards per game. Against Jacksonville State, they allowed 165 yards on 39 carries. Of course, UNC's run game wasn't really the best, leading up to even today's game, but Damon June has really come out in a big way. Of course, last game he ran for 448 yards on 14 carries, which is an average of 10.4 yards per carry and a touchdown. He's also an explosive runner that can make people miss, as he missed 4 tackles and averaged 8.57 yards per carry after contact when he was playing against Richmond last week. So that, passing the ball, laying a rip allows you to run the ball, and all is good there. Number 2, staying disciplined, right? This is really UNC's first road game. I don't really count the game against Charlotte because there's a significant amount of UNC fans there, and also Charlotte. It's not really like a true road environment, but against UCF, there's going to be it's going to be just UCF fans. There's going to be black and gold in the stands. No Carolina blue mixed in with green. And the bounce house is a really tough place to play. UCF is 87-30 since 2007 and is also 4-0 conference championship games that have been played there. So this is a big game venue. Whenever they have a big game in there, it's hard to beat them. The history, of course, doesn't bode well for North Carolina, especially with the teams apparently evenly matched. By the way, the 87-30 mark, that means UCF has won 74% of its games at home. Really, really tough place to play. If you're the Tar Heels, you want to limit the amount of stakes and stay composed in high-pressure moments. because if you repeat the same mistakes you had the last 3 games, you play frantically and you allow explosive plays like because UCF has had a lot of explosive plays this year. The bounce outs will keep bouncing all afternoon. If you're North Carolina, you want to avoid making mistakes and allow UCF to beat itself, because UCF is 98th in penalties per game and 106th in penalty yards per game. So let them make mistakes and you don't make them. How about that? Number 3, and this is something I've never really brought on the podcast, in terms of like, hey, make sure this unit is really good, because it's special teams. You're supposed to do what are you supposed to do? Same thing with lawn snapping. Same thing with punting. You're there for one reason. But Reese Verhoff, of course, is 4 for 4 on the year for field goal attempts with a lawn of 49. He's also not missed an extra point this year. Tom McGinnis is averaging a modest 40.7 yards per punt, but he's already placed 6 punts inside the 20-yard line and booted 2 50-plus yards through 3 games. He's on pace to surpass last season's totals. So he's having a really, really good year, especially considering the fact that, he was getting booed apparently last year. I found that out not too long ago. But here's the thing. UCF is a very explosive special team, has a really explosive special teams unit. They've returned a kickoff return for a touchdown, and they average 43.3 yards per return, which is the 7th best in the country. They also average 14.7 yards per punt return, ranking them 26 nationally. And also the Knights have blocked 2 field goals and a punt. Talk about complimentary football. So don't allow penetration and make the tackles in open space. Boom. There you go. That's going to wrap it up for today's podcast. Like I said, it was going to be very short. Thank you guys so much for watching. And go enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday and enjoy the game later today. Once again, North Carolina will be playing UCF at 3:30 on Fox. See you guys later.